I need to speak plainly today. No cushioning and no polish. I just came back from Minneapolis this past weekend. I marched with tens of thousands of people. I stood shoulder to shoulder with protesters. I witnessed unnecessary force. But I also witnessed something else. Unity and courage. A city refusing to be quiet while too many elected officials keep telling people to wait. And I'm not going to wait until the last line in Niemöller's poem. Not now, not later, not ever. We are watching the deliberate expansion of industrialized detention infrastructure in the United States. Larger facilities, expanded detention capacity, broader enforcement operations aimed at cities and communities. You can argue semantics if you want. History won't. This isn't abstract. This isn't theoretical. This is power being built, normalized, and justified in real time. When I spoke just last night at the West Side Polk Dems, almost no one in the room knew who I was. No insider crowd, no party machine advantage. Just people listening. Fresh. Afterward, when I was speaking with somebody else, a woman stepped up and she placed her hand on my forearm and told me how meaningful my words were to her. Her parents had survived Germany during World War II, and she said they raised her to watch for warning signs, to pay attention when governments expand detention, expand fear, and demand obedience in the name of order. She told me she sees those signals now. She also told me she feels hope hearing someone finally say this stuff out loud. That should terrify us and motivate us at the same time. So now I want to take a moment to talk about leadership and leverage. If the current demands from Democratic leadership are things like warrants, visible identification, body cameras, and basic civil liberty safeguards, then understand what that means. Those are baseline protections, not some radical demands. Baseline. So the real test here isn't whether leaders can write a demand letter. The real test is whether they can hold their caucus and force the vote. Leadership isn't measured by press conferences, and it sure as hell isn't measured by strongly worded letters. Leadership is measured by whether you can keep your people in line when the pressure starts. We're about to find out whether caucus unity holds, because in close fights, it only takes a handful of defections to collapse leverage. That's how Congress actually works. And can we just take a moment and be honest about this race in Iowa's 3rd District? Anyone competent will beat Zach Nunn. That's not the test. The test is whether we fight for a decisive victory that challenges the balance of power, or we accept a narrow win that keeps the same timid political culture in place. 10 years ago, I would have told you I am not the right candidate for this era. Now I am. Because this is not a moment for careful triangulation and safe positioning. This is a moment for confrontation with complacency, even within our own party. I'm running to rattle a comfortable structure, to force accountability. I'm running to challenge anyone who enables harm through action or inaction. But none of that happens unless we clear the first gate. Ballot access. We already have hundreds of signatures. That matters. But the minimum isn't the goal. The goal is to blow past it so decisively that rejected signatures can't threaten this campaign. And that takes volunteers across the district, especially in counties where help hasn't formed yet. If you can gather signatures from neighbors, friends, co-workers, community members. You're doing frontline work. You're making sure voters get a real choice. Early donations matter too. They fund the basics right now, such as printed materials, handouts, signs, the travel costs, and the ability to show up face to face. After ballot access, we scale. But first, we build. No half measures. So if you're tired of half steps, half fights, and half courage, then stand with me fully. Sign the petition, volunteer, contribute, and show up. And if this message speaks for you, help it travel. Like, share, follow, leave a comment, and get involved. I'm not waiting for the end of the poem, and neither should you.